Hey, thanks for stopping by the page. This episode's coming up. What should they do, guys?
You need to hit the like button, the subscribe button, all the buttons.
I'm not going to lie, boys. This is absolutely the most nervous I've ever been at the beginning of us doing a show, and this is number 428.
428 de Mario. It's time. It's time. It's time. The whole time we've been doing this has been in preparation to right now. But before we get there, we got a loaded, jam-packed show with star power. How you guys doing?
How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, maybe not nervous,
good.
anxious,
except for
everything.
I didn't remember that this shirt does this thing, and I'm gonna have to change it.
Live on the stream. Like, you're gonna go shirtless for a moment?
I have to go change it right now. I can't deal with it.
You can change it right here, though. Go shirtless, right? Yeah, come on. Take it off. Hey guys, what do you think? What do you like this?
See, now that theme just came on. I want to
go ahead. Go ahead. Hold me down. Hold me.
Hold me now.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, yeah.
What do you think, bro?
Toast is showing off the Flex Fit hat.
An OBB Flex Fit hat. You can get those too. He's been wanting one of these forever.
Since basically 2018.
Yeah, when we started this nonsense. And I heard that song, and our guest, that's one of them that's coming up later on in the show. I'm laughing because we played that when we remember how it transpired. We're like, hey, you know the SEC theme song. And then we're like, what's ours? And then Jenner's nailed it. Right?
And we had that gif of you guys and Roddy all just
like you're Roddy dancing too.
Roddy. Save that forever.
Yeah, that's when I'm upset at life, I just got to think of that. And I literally start smiling all over again. And, you know, we have big things coming up here, too, because your boys, I mean, we're the OBB, but we're going to add an extra B, extra 2 Bs. The Orange Bowl boys, Brisket and Bourbon. Let's go. Let's go.
I mean, listen, when we scheduled this for, mid-January, we didn't think we were still going to be playing. But now the Saturday night before the game, we got a nice little brisket barbecue happening over at Rose Place.
Yeah. And I was saying
awesome
today, and I peppered it up.
Bro, it looks it's huge.
Spices. Oh yeah.
It's a lot of brisket.
Oh, don't you know?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm coming.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, there we go. I like it. Traditional orange. Very well done.
Yeah. All right.
We can't hear you.
Other than the fact that it's got a big swoosh on the shoulder.
Well, I mean, listen, you're going back to the glory days when we won.
Speaking of that, this is the
mic's blocking it. Mike's blocking it. See?
Yeah.
Look at that.
51's to Mike. 51 scoops to Mike.
Mike today.
It's first time there's going to be like an all Adidas national championship.
Yeah.
There's going to be an Adidas winner somewhere. So
they're flying all their execs in. It's a huge deal for them. Huge.
Wonder if they can get a parking pass.
Touche.
Bro, yeah. Like I don't know what it was like to go the Super Bowl or to but from what I'm hearing, I mean, this is like Fort Knox. It's Fort Knox.
Well, look,
$750 just to tailgate. Did I get that correct?
I've seen them up there. The issue is that the parking at Hard Rock sucks to begin with. Right, whole thing, the whole structure, it's not good.
It funnels in out.
It's not good.
Awful, yeah.
It's just not a good situation. Like I was just in Dallas, and it was totally normal.
Well, you built tennis courts and a racetrack, bro.
Like, it wasn't any good before then.
I'm just saying.
And then you took away stuff. Yeah. I know. I don't know. It's weird.
Whatever.
So it's just now like really bad. It was bad before. Now really bad.
You guys are playing for a national championship.
We are. Is that what you said? We're playing for one?
We're playing for one.
I don't. It's not real yet. I don't think it's real yet. I haven't quite figured this out.
It's not real until we head down there either.
It's not real.
Yeah.
Not real.
It's not real.
We should go down there.
I'm getting more anxious. I'm getting more anxious as each day gets closer. And I'm just, this is, here's the thing. In my mind, like when we go to title games, we don't lose title games unless the refs steal one from us. This is, we got a pretty good mark in title games as a historical program.
Sure.
Yeah, we've lost a couple.
I don't know. We got no chance apparently.
No chance.
Should we go down there? Should we go down to the Greentree and see what's going on down in Miami?
Yeah, before our first guests let's get the hell down there.
You can join.
72. All right, hey, let's go.
I don't pay attention to idiots.
Hey.
Yeah, let's go. I love it.
So at some point, ERIC MACLAIN from the ACC Network is going to be hopping on in, who is just absolutely an honorary Orange Bowl boy, just has been carrying that ACC flag and Miami flag for the last 90 days steadily. And
to the chagrin of some of the Clemson faithful. So we gotta we're gonna do that like famous meme from Predator. We're gonna like literally, are we Arnold's hand or are we Apollo Creed's hand in that? Like we're like, big guns just joining each other just like this. Like bring it in, brother. Did you see him? Like he was like powerlifting the other day too, and I'm like, I don't want to mess with this dude.
Oh, he's a beast.
He is.
He's beast mode. I can't wait too, so we can have that interesting conversation, especially because we're like ACC heavy. And ACC again continuously showing us the love. I mean, it takes you to get to the, hey, you want to notice me now? It's like the University of Miami Hurricane program since like we've been in the ACC. Like we really weren't noticed too much. We were supposed to be noticed, and we just showed up to the party with like double D's now. Like
it was the
alarm didn't go off. The alarm didn't go off.
You're the girl who sat in the night.
Yeah. We overslept.
Yeah, no, a girl who sat in the corner. And it wasn't vocal, wasn't pushing herself on anybody, but and everyone like really didn't pay attention. And then she walked out in the middle of the dance floor, and everybody said, "Holy fuck, this chick is gorgeous!"
Right, but they said like this is the chick we thought we got 20 years ago before she went into a cocoon.
Yeah, she hid in the corner for a while.
It's just a funny word.
Cocoon's a funny word.
That's a strange
movie. That's a strange movie.
It is.
Yeah.
That's a really weird flick.
Cocoon.
I'll tell you, the team we're about to play, they were in a cocoon. They came out and they're mouthy.
Listen, man. I mean,
they're a weird bunch.
And you age and you mature,
They're a weird bunch, these Indiana folk.
Bro, no, hold on.
Let's started with an Indiana team. Yeah, we started with an Indiana team. I think it's an Indiana thing. I don't know what it is. It's the Hoosiers.
They're a bunch of weird people.
They act,
bro. They're assholes.
Like basketball. Like
what are you talking about?
I mean, they are
assholes. You can't even have any fun with them.
No, you know what? You're right about that. Like, you can't have any fun with them. They're so serious about everything.
Everything's an insult to their mother.
You got into the admission scandal, and that was like I was like, oh my God, get me out of this! Like this is
a hot topic.
What's up, 82%?
And then I started talking to a guy whose name is Stacy.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And I'm like getting creative and messing with him, and he's like, you think this is like bothering me, but it really isn't. And I'm like, look, I don't mean to be bothering you because clearly it's bothering you, but this has been fun. Like this is fun. Like have fun. Like none of them have fun.
No.
Okay.
All right.
They're all so mad. I'm gonna ask Eric about this.
Well, I mean, think about it. They've been. Oh.
Well, that's why I was gonna ask Eric. Think about what? Think
about it. Like, how much do we can't stand Notre Dame fans?
Shit, he's got a cane shirt on.
Look at that.
Let's go. Let's fucking
go.
On. What's up, boys?
What's up, dude?
We were just talking about you, too, because we were watching you power lift. I'm like, I ain't messing with this dude.
Come on, man. I appreciate it.
You back on campus in South Carolina?
Yeah, man. I'm like a chameleon, man. I got a bunch of different skins.
Well, listen,
we were just talking about the Indiana folk.
Yeah.
And like you can't even have fun with them on Twitter. They're like
are they angry?
Serious about everything.
Are they?
Yeah.
Why so serious?
Why so serious, bro?
It's their first time. They don't know. They're figuring it out. They're
Well, I have
figuring
a theory on it. I think.
Okay,
I mean, think
tell
about
us
it.
the theory toast. Can we introduce our guest?
Well, I think we should. His name is
Okay.
ERIC MACLAIN. He's with the ACC Network. Clemson grad, longtime legend at Clemson. We'll leave it at that.
What? No, don't you have like the most games played ever?
But for the last 90
Most
days,
games
as I
won.
was saying,
No.
most games
played
won
one.
ever.
Yeah.
Better.
I got passed though. The next year, 2 years later, actually, my brother-in-law and Christian Wilkins passed me. So
okay.
Stop it.
whatever. Second most
All right.
wins.
Hold on. I have a totally off topic question. Were you there when you sent Al Golden packing? Were you there?
Got y'all, man.
Oh,
Got
thank
y'all.
you.
Got Coach Rick the job. I always ask
Yeah.
him for like 5%, and he hasn't done it.
Oh my God, he was on the field.
Y'all know
that
what's
day.
crazy is that news broke before we landed. Like he was fired before we got back to South Carolina.
Deservedly so.
Well, so let me just say this, Eric. So thank you then for Malachi Tony.
You're welcome. Whatever it takes. You know, I'm all in with the Canes, baby.
Eric,
Oh,
the first time I ever took my kids, they were wee lasses and lads,
yeah.
was to that game.
Yeah.
Was to that game.
Wow.
The first ever time, their first ever experience, they were so young. They were like, "We just want to go to the top, Daddy." And I'm like, "So do we, but we can't because Clemson, they're at the top."
That's
And
a
I
good
remember-
moment, though. You know that's as low as it gets. You know there's.
And I
no-
remember there was a guy.
only
It
go
was
up
like
from
a-
there.
it was like a 3rd and 2, and I'm like, "Hey, we're about to play like 2 safeties way off the ball. You're gonna probably keep it with the quarterback and get 10 yards." And you did. And the guy looked at me, he goes, "Who are you?" And
Right,
I'm like, just the guy who's seen this before.
Been here,
But
been
then-
here, done that.
Been here, done that. Now we're here
Amazing.
with you.
That's
Thank you
right.
for joining us.
Thank y'all for having me. This is exciting.
So
Are
talked
you
about
excited?
the-
I'm stoked, man. I mean, 6, 7, 8 weeks ago, Canes had no
Really?
chance. We had no chance. We had no chance of being
True.
here.
It's true.
Right? I mean, think about it. So the fact that we're here is wild. Can you give us like your take on when you saw, and obviously after the SMU game, but when you thought, wait a minute, these guys are different than they were a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, let me actually take you there because that's a dark place. So we were in Dallas, for that game.
Dark there. Yeah.
It was dark. Get ready. This is crazy. I've never told this story. Nobody knows this except for y'all right now.
That's great.
So
He's lying to us.
it's looking good. I swear, no one has heard this before. So y'all know we go to the biggest game. We're on site, and typically we lead into whatever that game is at noon, and then we kind of are all hands off and do a couple other things. Well, that game was at noon, 11 o'clock local, but it was at noon. So it looked like Miami was going to win the game. We were all very confident that Miami was going to win the game. So I grabbed a camera, a mic. We walked down there because we're like, if this is the stadium, we're over here set up on our stage on the boulevard, kind of not far away, but far away. We go down and we're talking with Miami. We're like, we're going to do this epic interview with Mario, all these things, like all is well. Well, by the time I walk down, like a mile plus walk, whatever it is, it ain't looking good anymore. And we're just like, oh no, like what's about to happen? So I literally am sitting there ready to interview Mario outside of the locker room on the field. And then they lose. And it is pandemonium. And it ruined the entire interview. So no one knows that. So that was the darkest time. That's where we're like, okay, this isn't looking good for the ACC. All hands on the Georgia Tech ship, right? Like they're undefeated. They're balling, doing their thing. So it was crazy. That was as bad as it got. But, I think the run that Miami went on to finish the season where they just started kicking ass, right? And they looked fantastic. And, looking back and hearing the stories from Carson or from Coach or, anybody involved in the program about how that SMU game was a turning point where, we had a meeting after and, it was kind of a come to Jesus. Like we watched the tape all together and we were calling everybody out. And are you giving enough effort here? Are you doing this and that here? And so I think that was really the moment, you knew things were going to be different. But the question was it too late? Like, was it already over? That was kind of what everybody was worried about.
Well, so 2 things. First of all, according to this podcast, that next episode, yeah, it was too late. But secondly, as a player, look, we've heard so much about that meeting. Like, what happens in that meeting where the coaches aren't in it that is so raw and real that it causes an entire room of 100 and some odd guys to suddenly just snap out of it and I'll start rowing in the same direction and go on a run. Like what? Yeah. How raw does it get in that meeting?
Well, I've been in both. I've been in those meetings where the coaches are there and literally everybody's getting called out. I mean, I remember, I think it was 2013, where we lost to South Carolina, and we should not have lost to South Carolina. We were significantly, better than them. We get a text like at 2 a.m. that night from like Teamworks or whatever, and it's from Coach Sweeney, and he says, team meeting 5:45 a.m. Saturday or Sunday, which we never do. We don't ever do that. Brother, we watched every single play, and he called someone out every single play. And then we went on to, beat the hell out of Ohio State, which was great, in the Orange Bowl. Shout out to the Orange Bowl boys. So that was real. I've had that one. And I've had the moments, where in 2014, the only time in my entire life I've had a losing record, we were like 1-2 or 2-3, whatever it was. And I just will remember all of us coming together, the seniors, juniors, leaders, and just going ham, dude. Just challenging people, challenging how much they want it. That wasn't really the transfer portal era, where we could just say, like, get the F out, like, leave. You don't want to be here, go. That wasn't really a thing, but it gets real. It gets emotional and not physical. We're not fighting, but it gets close. It gets close.
Let's prop up our ACC banner, because I've been maintaining this, that the University of Miami has a distinct advantage. I want to get it from your perspective, because there's some really good coaches in this league. I know Cignetti's getting all this praise, and rightfully so, what he's done with Indiana and how he's turned that program around. You got to tip your cap, and we're not taking anything away. However, I just feel like it's a who's who. We have championship winning coaches here, playoff winning coaches here, Super Bowl winning coaches here. Are we wrong here to think the coaching in this league is fantastic?
I think you're dead on, man. And we're lucky, right, as a league to have these type of guys and GMs. I mean, you look at the GMs across the league, some really big names, some experienced names, whether that's in the NFL or in college football. And that's great. That's why Saturdays are so competitive. And one thing I'll kind of double down on is, we took a lot of flack, and myself, I was very critical about the ACC throughout this year, and, just not putting the best showing, or one team would start to rise up a la Georgia Tech and then get hammered by a Pittsburgh team. Well, that's because coaches are good. Coaches are smart. They know how to game plan. They figure it out. Players are great. And what we're seeing is this league is a lot deeper than we thought. We're seeing that in the postseason, where the ACC is kicking butt, man. And obviously a team like Miami is just rolling through the playoffs. So I'm right there with you. I think there are a bunch of exceptional coaches in this league, and a bunch of guys that have been around for a while, man, that have been there, done that, learned, and kind of figured this thing out.
Yeah, I think it's prepared, and Rose has said this multiple times. It certainly prepared the Canes for the postseason. After that SMU game, there was certainly obviously a lot of talk about the season being over, and we had problems with we coined the term A gap for life because everybody knew, right? Everybody knew that's what we were doing, and these coaches in the league were able to properly scheme against it to be able to stop that, right? It was now you get later down the line here into the playoffs, and A gap for life is winning you these ball games, and it's a really interesting change of circumstances. But it goes back to what Ro just said: the coaching in the ACC. Maybe they do have some elite dudes in there that really understand how to scheme.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's any doubt about that. And, it is fun to, to kind of pick at the scheme and the things that, because I'm with you. It just felt like there was a time where we were slamming our head against the wall, just running the same play. And you're like, it ain't working. Do something else, please. And I do think, we saw that after the SMU game. And really, even in this playoff, I know a lot of hit in the A gap, but I love when they're running that stretch zone and it just opens. It's just there. That's the beauty,
great, isn't it?
Of when you run that, you're running that track for the C gap, and you're like, oh, hey, look, daylight, bam. Mark Fletcher coming with some bad intentions, really downhill in a hurry. So I think that the things that Coach Dawson has done in this playoff run has been sick. Like there was 2 quarters at the Texas A&M game where I was critical and I hated it. And I'm like, why are we being so tricky? What are we doing? Like, You're getting 6 yards a pop. It's working. And listen, coaches figure things out too. Coaches get better and things of that nature. After that, the halftime of Texas A&M on, he has been so electric and so dialed in and creative, consistent, getting the ball to guys, obviously guys stepping up and executing. I mean, I couldn't imagine a better time for, Marion to have his best game of the year than a game like that where you need it the most. So it seems like Miami offensively is so dialed in right now that I can't wait to watch Monday night. It's going to be a true show.
Go ahead.
Mario did something, and I don't think it's getting enough credit right now, Eric, and that is you saw how we played last year, right? I felt it was like a microcosm of what Ole Miss was. I felt Ole Miss was University of Miami Hurricanes in 2024. Mm-hmm. Electric offense. Obviously, Cam Ward goes number 1 overall. And then you turn around, you insert Carson Beck, you insert this thing, and he kind of, it's the A gap for life like early on. But like we are trying to drag you into the deep end of the pool, brother. Yes. And it's such a stark contrast, right? It's not the same thing we saw a year ago. Would you credit Mario? Because you hear the adage, and you've been part of a lot of teams, think players, not plays. Mm-hmm. But in a 2-year time span, he really has.
Yeah. I'm laughing over here because I will never forget, going on radio, doing some guest podcasts like this, or, just having different conversations on TV. And that was the first question that people ask. And they thought, and I'm sorry if you guys thought this way, I'm going to call you out too, but they thought it was the smartest question in the world. How the heck is Carson Beck going to do what Cam Ward did? And I would say, bad news, he's not. He can't do that. He's not going to do it. And Shannon Dawson, if he's worth a grain of salt, he ain't going to ask him to do it. And so that to me was it was such a funny moment in time. Because I'm like, is that the best question you can ask? Because he can't. It's going to be fine. It's going to be different. We don't know what that is yet, but it's going to be different. And that to me is obviously a testament to Coach Cristobal, but also, again, Shannon Dawson having that offense a year ago and this offense this year. There are plenty of guys out there that we run this offense. We run the Shannon Dawson offense. And if you can't do it, then blah, blah, blah. He's not like that. He evaluates what he has, looks around, and okay, let's go. This is what we do well. And I think that's why you saw them get better too, man, as the year went on. He didn't have all spring and summer to train. His arm was hurt. He was recovering from injury. And so we are literally seeing them play their best ball right now.
I will like to point out we never asked that question.
Good. Thank goodness.
We knew damn well.
We were trying to warn the fan base.
Yeah, we told everybody for months and months and months. And we had Roddy on with us, and we were talking about how much more efficient this offense is going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Based on the style and the attributes that Carson Beck would bring.
And that was my biggest thing. It was like last year was so much fun and so cool and all the things, but man, you're flying close to the sun every freaking game. Like you don't know what's going to – is it sustainable? I don't know. And obviously the answer was no. This year, again, I need to go back. This is great. I'm thinking back to, conversations Aaron Murray and myself and Kelly Gramlich were having in August about this. And we said this is a much more sustainable, balanced approach, and it's going to serve them well. And here we are, literally one of the most balanced teams in college football, marching to a national championship.
Bunch of really smart people on the same show right now.
Or good guessing.
Funny,
one of the
like
two. I don't know.
The last like couple weeks have been like, man, I mean, if you just kind of have an effective game manager, a quarterback, it looks like
that's all you need. That's all
you don't need to spend $6.5 million.
He's been more than that, though. He's been more.
But see, this is what I want to say. Yes. Seeing the polar opposites between what Cam was and what Carson Beck was. Cam Ward was one of the most electric guys after the fact. I've never seen a guy. I always say, hey, great quarterbacks, they essentially can erase a bad play from an OC, bail you out. Can you bail an OC out because they don't always make great calls? Cam Ward would just be your eraser. Just erase this one, erase the next one. I got you on the next one. I got you on the next one. But I feel like where Carson Beck doesn't get enough credit, he doesn't need an eraser because he already has the answer for the test. When you throw a complex coverage, sim pressures, back off, rotate this, he's extremely efficient. It's like, why do I need an eraser? My pencil works just fine.
That's right.
And I don't think Carson Beck gets enough credit for that. And we're going to need that against Indiana because they're coming in. And it's like Cignetti has this like Professor X vibe going on, right? He's rolling in on a proverbial wheelchair. I just want to say that delicately. He's rolling in like Professor X, but he's just like got this cerebro persona grata. Yeah. And I'm like, if you're going to combat that, it's Carson Beck with his Magneto helmet on. Like, I've seen this. You're not throwing anything I have never seen.
I do. I love that. That's a great comparison. And I think, just when you look at Carson, and I think all of that is true. We've seen him check plays. We've seen him adjust protection. We've seen him identify coverage. And I think it's I'll never forget those first couple of practices that I was able to go and see in August and just kind of ask some people, what's he been like? How is this? How is that? And they said, listen, the thing that blows us away is this dude has a PhD in football. There's nothing we can show him that he doesn't know, that he hasn't seen at Georgia when he was the backup, at Georgia when he was the starter. He was with Munkin and then Bobo. Like, this dude has been in NFL type systems and the complexities. He understands, he gets it. He's going to get us in the right spot. And so, we mentioned, and kind of jokingly, we're talking about the word game manager. To me, that's what he is. And I don't mean it negatively. This dude knows and understands I have an electric defense. If I do not put them in a bad situation, we're fine. I have a monster offensive line in front of me that's going to protect me and establish the run. I have 3 great running backs. I can just hand it to him anytime and be fine. I've got number 10 over there. We call him Baby Jesus. Just get him the ball. He gets that he has all this around him. Don't make a mistake. Win the game. That's your biggest job as a quarterback in this system. And he knows that. I think that they're maybe forgot a little bit of that, Louisville, maybe a little bit of that, SMU, and then it all cranked up. I think that's the biggest change, is everyone just saw their role, understands their role, and does it to the best of their ability.
Listen, I don't understand, and I don't know, maybe it's just the selective stuff that I'm seeing, Eric, but just folks saying, this will be between a 10 and 30-point loss for Miami, Indiana. And listen, Indiana I understand they look amazing. Oregon also gave that game away multiple on 3 different occasions. And you come out in the first play and throw a pick 6. I mean, stop. I mean, but this team hasn't been, as you would say, dog walked all season long. This team, when the one common opponent, we outscored them, beat them by 10. They beat them by 3. Yeah. There seems to be just a crazy amount of just not a chance in hell for Miami. And I've been watching sports for a long time, like you. Like, there's not that big a gap.
It's weird. It is weird. But I will say, we've seen it before, right? We've seen teams get aired out in a national championship. I remember.
And they're as hot as hell. There's no mistaking.
No question. They're a great team.
No one's beating them. I get it.
Yeah. And I remember 2018, Clemson walking into that national championship against Alabama, the greatest team ever, the greatest defense, ever. And Clemson destroyed them. 44-16, and it was never close. It was never close. So not saying that it can't happen. I would be blown away if it does. Just the way that they're built, the way that they play, the quarterback. There's too many great things for Miami for that to happen. And I don't know. It is weird. It's weird the amount of people that are so happy to say it too, right? Like, people, hey, listen, this is my biggest thing. People love to ride that bandwagon, but man, they love even more to just tear the U down, to hate on the U. It's a weird thing that y'all have to deal with.
Yeah, we embrace it, but it is something. It's bizarre. And it's never, the narrative never changes, unless it's in whoever else's favor, right? So exactly. It's a wild situation. So I had a question. I forgot my question. Ro, you had one? Go. Because now I've totally fucked this up.
He has senior moments. Don't worry. We play.
I got to take my medicine real quick.
If we take the one thing, and I'll take it a step further. I want to dive a little bit. For some reason, I still don't think, Eric, people understand how good Ruben Bain is and how good Akeem Messidor and how that defensive line attacks you. Yeah. It's like, we heard it from Texas A&M, the first game in the playoff. We're not worried about that. Ohio State said, yeah, whatever. Ole Miss, I got to give them credit. They were the most respectful. They're like, this is going to be a challenge. This is what's going on. They got rid of the ball. They turned on that SMU film. Yeah, and which we give credit to the ACC. What do you see from Ruben Bain and that defensive line? This is your special, going against that, but what do you see?
He's tenacious, man. His work ethic, his motor, his aggression, it's second to none. And we listen, we've been barking this, up this tree all year that this guy is the best defender. And people say, oh, look at his stats. Look what this and that. And I'm just like, just watch the game, man. He alters game plans. He alters protections. He alters identities of what you want to be offensively because you're not running at him. We saw Ohio State try that, and he just walked the dog down the line, tackle for loss. You're not going to – right, it's crazy. You're not going to single block him. We've seen that many times in this playoff, and he's just destroying guys. You're not going to try to put a bigger body on him, a guard, because he's going to dance with him, smack him upside the head, and then hit your quarterback. I mean, there's truly nothing that you can do outside of triple team him, double team him, chip and slide to him. Like it is, he alters game plans. And then once you do all that, you've got 3 on the other side who probably is the better pass rusher, to be honest.
True.
Probably more dynamic getting after the quarterback. And what are you going to do to him? I mean, they just put you in such adverse situations. And then when they do bring 5, which is rare, they bring 4 more than anybody in the country, or only send 4, get pressure with 4. When they bring Keontae Scott, dude, it's trouble. It's scary. And I just sit back and praise God I don't have to deal with it as a player because it's hard. It's really hard what they do. But those 2 are dynamic, man. I do think that Ruben probably slides inside in the NFL, probably plays 3 technique, or he's a 3-4 true defensive end, kind of a bigger defensive end there. But he's dynamic, man. And you just talk about how cool it is that he is a Miami guy, born and bred. I mean, his nickname was Hurricane his whole life growing up. Like this has been written in the stars for forever. He's just accomplishing it right now. He's one of my favorite players, man, to cover, all time, just the way he goes about his business.
I back to my question that I do remember. See, took the meds and I'm all good now. Thank you very much. So it's one of those things, and Rod touched on it, right? So he kind of jumped in there, which is they think they know. They think they know what they're going to see until they go against it for 10 or 15 plays. And then I think the bigger issue for the offensive linemen as they get further into the game is they realize that Ruben Bain is the same player on snaps 1 and 2 as he is on snaps 64 and 65.
Yes.
It's the same energy. It's the same aggression. It's the same speed. It's the same effort. And I think it's pretty wild. And you're right. I mean, Messidor is a beast, right? And look, he certainly benefits from the fact that they are sliding and they're putting 2 and 3 guys on Ruben because they have to.
Yeah.
And look, the defensive tackles are no joke either, right? And I think that has certainly helped them.
What must Miami do? Not the hyperbole. They can't turn the ball over. Nobody can turn the ball over, right? Especially in a game like this. What can't Miami do in this national championship game?
Yeah, my biggest, far and away number 1 key is Fernando Mendoza cannot have time. You have got, and it's funny you asked that in this right after that conversation. You have to affect him. You have to alter his eyes. You have to alter his throwing windows. You have to alter his footwork. That doesn't mean you have to sack him 7 times like we did in round 1, but it does mean you have to get to him. You have to, again, get in his face to where he's looking down at Ruben Bain instead of looking up at coverage or finding guys. You have to flush them, and then Lightfoot's just waiting there. Keontae Scott's just waiting there. Somebody is excited to get there because he's mobile too. This guy can get out and run. He can hurt you. I think it's not quite Trinidad, but it's way more than Julian saying. It's something that he does have that dynamic piece to it. So whether you do it with 4, whether you send 5, you have got to get that guy moving. He can't just go 1, 2, 3 pre-read snap, bam, ball out. That will be a 30-point loss if that happens. You have to affect that guy.
Is he? And I've heard some rumors, and I don't study quarterbacks the way that Rose studies quarterbacks, but is he, without getting you in trouble, a 1-read guy?
Good question. If you look at his sacks, which he's been sacked 22 times, if you specifically go and look at the Wisconsin tape, you will see some of what you're saying there because he goes here, it's not there, and then it's panic, and the feet get happy, eyes dancing around, and the pocket collapses. He also won the Heisman Trophy. He's also on the number 1 team that's 15-0. So it's one of those things where I think there certainly are times where he can maybe get locked in where pre-snap he thinks he sees something and it's not there and there's a little bit of panic. Again, that very few with what he's done. But I think it'll be interesting if Miami can do that to him. If they can, it'll be a long night.
before your 58-0, University had its own, Miami had its own 58, and it's still their 58 home game winning streak. That's something we own, right? So Clemson kind of gave us a new 58, but we knew it and we said it before it happened. We're like, until the University of Miami can even get a Clemson player to wear a Miami football shirt
It's
on
so
our
sick.
podcast.
I keep looking at it. I can't believe it.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
Before that happened, we have to get
shit.
an alignment from the top down. We have to get everybody in alignment. Now, there's somebody in this alignment that you're kind of familiar with. Are you surprised that the University of Miami are where they are, and Dan Radakovich is also in the mix here?
And what we're going, like the success, like that they're
so we got called out.
It's not a coincidence.
Yeah. So when Miami was its downtrodden state and we were irrelevant for so long, administration got the kind of knock. Like,
sure. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
President on down. It was very famous. Kirk Kirby, he was on there. He's like, until the president on down. Yeah. We have that now, but we also have Dan in the building too. Does that make sense?
No, it's vital for success, right? And that's the secret to the success of my university the last 12 years and others that have been successful. Like, if you do not have that, if the board, the president, the AD, the football coach do not think in the same fashion, life's hard. Life's hard. It's hard to get things accomplished. It's hard to build. It's hard to get funding. It's hard, to get the broad strokes of a program where it needs to be. And I'll always say, man, presidents and again, boards that truly understand that athletics and football or basketball or whatever school you're at that they're successful, that is the front porch of the house, man. That's what everybody sees. That's millions and millions and millions of free marketing dollars right there, and everybody sees that. The back of the house is great. It's fine. It's the foundation and all that, and it's going to take care of itself. But for those people that really understand that and can lean into that, help with recruiting, help with pushing things through, help with approvals, budgets, all these things, it is vital. So I guess, back then what you're talking about, I didn't follow it close enough to be able to say I'm shocked that it's here, but I know how important it is. And I knew that, it's funny, Dan Radakovich story. We were at the ACC championship. I guess that was 21. Was it 21 when that happened? Maybe. My phone starts, we're on TV. My phone starts blowing up. And I'm like,
21, December 21. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, what is going on? This is crazy. And I see, it was some heavy hitters calling me and they're like, Dan's leaving. Like, he's going to Miami. So I knew when he made that move, some things were going to start shifting in favor of Miami, and the U was going to be back. Don't tell Coach Cristobal, but back to being at that dominant fashion.
So Eric, also, the ACC, when they put this together through realignment, they were obviously pinning their hopes that Miami, Clemson, FSU were going to be standard bearers that are just battling every single year, just going.
Hey, you don't have to put us in that. We weren't a part of that equation. It was just you and the Knowles, and you all effed it up.
Well, obviously,
everybody,
the conference has kind of been shortchanged.
Word.
The conference has been a little bit shortchanged to no fault of their own. And Lord knows FSU is who knows how far away. But you guys, Dabo now, looking at the portal, acknowledging that it exists. How optimistic are you that Clemson's back up quickly?
Back up quickly. Back up to like national championship quickly.
So like top 15, top 10.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's next year, but I think certainly you have to play the same game everyone else is playing.
Clemson.
Right? Yeah, it hurts. I'm in a dark spot about that. Let's not.
Oh my God!
I thought we were coming to talk Miami.
Go change his
shirt.
Yeah.
Feeling
Come
good.
on. What are you doing, Toast? Boo!
So
I'm just the dick. I don't know.
Who this man?
Yeah.
Man, no.
I'm excited to see it. I'm excited Chad Morris is back. My offensive coordinator.
Yes. He was your OC.
He was. Yeah, I had him every year he was here. All 4 years. So we'll see.
Eric,
I don't know.
Eric, but see, here's the thing with Miami fans, right? We get this rap. We know it. We know we're the poster children for like bad news bears. We get it. Well, we'll give you bad.
Well, I fit in so well. I'm used to that too. That's why I like it.
Great.
But like
this guy.
But you see, like once we kind of like give you daps, though, we're not so bad. I mean,
I love Miami fans. I'm a big fan of Miami fans. You guys are great. I tell you what, I get on Twitter at any point and just start scrolling. And listen, I'll break this down too. Let me finish this thought. And I see honorary Cane, Ring of Honor, honorary. Do you have any eligibility? I'm like, this is great. I'm home. I'm a Hurricane. But I know as soon as things start to teeter, and I'm like, Miami, man, these guys stink. It's all going away. I get that. It's all good. It's all good.
No, you have held the banner for the last 90 days, Eric. You have been front.
Well, and I've just been real. Listen, I know what I see. I know
you've been
what
the anti-Joey Galloway. Let's just say it.
Joey's a great guy. You guys would love Joey. You would love Joey.
No, we wouldn't. No, we don't.
I'm not so sure that's true.
He's a great golfer, too.
He's a 20-year-old
all right.
fan.
So we'll
Screw Joey Galloway.
Yeah, we'll say that nice though. We'll say that nice. We're not trying to get that.
He didn't mean it entirely. I mean, kind of, but
kind of.
It's fine. It's fine. Hey, look, when we suck again, you can just come on the show with us. You can be the fourth member because we're really good at Bad Canes football.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
hopefully we don't see that again. Let me say
you'll never get in trouble for it.
This is kind of my I don't even think it's a bold prediction, man. But I think where Miami is right now, this climb that Coach Cristobal has been on, the proven fact of the guys he's getting, the wins, playing in the net, whether he wins it or not on Monday, I think we're about to go into a decade of dominance for the Canes. I mean, I really think they're going to keep that talent. They're going to keep Jeremiah Smith. They're going to keep these guys that are uber talented. That now it's cool again, right? Now it's amazing to rep the neighborhood, to stay home, to rep the crib, the 305, and all those things. I think we're going to see a big shift in that, and it's going to be.
You need an A-Gap for Life T-shirt.
A-Gap. We're going to get him an A-Gap for Life T-shirt.
Roddy.
Yeah.
Roddy.
Buddy. Now here we go.
His audio's fucked up. Look at him.
Look at the look on his face.
Yeah, he's all pissed off. He's all mad already. He's like, wait a minute, Eric's on this fucking show?
Hey, the first question out of the pipe has nothing to do with I'm just letting you know, it has nothing to do with football. I need Roddy to click in so we can talk about some A5 volleyball, Roddy.
He still doesn't know.
He doesn't. He's got
Roddy.
Got no audio.
Who did Roddy?
Where am I?
Oh, he is.
Where am I?
There he is. Where am I?
I don't see my video. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's up with technology.
It's the metaverse.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
You guys can see me?
Yeah.
Sorry. Hold on, I can't. Oh,
you're wearing a pink
view. There we go.
You're wearing a pink shirt. Oh, what's up? Hey, we got an honorary
myself on here.
Unbelievable.
Where's your hurricane shirt?
Can I tell you guys? I do not have a single piece of hurricane swag. Period. I don't have a thing.
I mean, let's be honest, boys.
I do have
Miami's not giving him anything. Let's be real.
No.
I've got a helmet.
Pick with those boys.
No,
he's got a helmet.
Look, got a helmet. All right.
We're sending you an A-Gap for Life T-shirt.
Yeah, we are.
You were the B back, but whatever.
Oh, you got
100 years.
100 years, 100 games.
All right.
I've got to find mine. I don't know where it is. I need to get it signed by Mario. I've got it.
You got one too?
Yeah, I think we got it the same day. We were both down there for that.
I just got it on display too. I mean, look,
that's big time.
I'm trying to represent, man.
Eric, Roddy's been a good friend and on the show for a number of years.
Come on,
it's been amazing, right?
I'm glad I finally earned a damn invite. It only
one of our absolute favorites.
Awesome.
We had a fist bump first. Like I was saying, we were going to do that like major famous GIF. Where, I don't know if you're Arnold's arm or Apollo's, but we were going to do one of these, brother. That was us, and you've done that.
I look forward to it.
And here we are.
Mm-hmm.
And we are.
Right.
Hold on. Roddy, before we go, because how's the A5 squad looking this year?
Dude, so since we've last talked, my wife has retired from coaching.
What?
And honestly,
this is breaking
because
news.
Our girls are getting of the age where they're starting to do basketball and ninja and A5. So like we were out at A5 3 days ago for their first practice, like a minis practice, 9 and under. So yeah, man, like
that's
wife's
amazing.
not doing it anymore. So we're not on the tour yet again, but yeah, man, we'll be back in it soon.
Humble brag though. We ended up winning a national championship. We won a national championship. We A5 squad to do it. So but it was a great match.
Eric, are you guys going to be doing stuff on the ACC Network pregame?
Yeah,
during the game? What's going on?
We'll be there. So we're doing stuff Saturday. We'll be doing media day. I'm floating around like a reporter. It's going to be scary, but I can't wait. Sunday is like press conference stuff, maybe. And then Monday, we'll have about a 90-minute pregame show, and then an alt cast. I got to call a national championship. Not bad.
No way.
Yeah,
nice. That is awesome.
Pretty cool. So it'll be fun. So I look forward to it, man. Look forward to seeing y'all.
Roddy, are you down there with him?
I am. Yeah, I'll be down there. I'm not doing nearly the important stuff that he's doing. We've got. I'll be bouncing around.
Bro, you
doing,
call like 3 games a week.
different
Right?
hits.
Facts. Facts.
I wish, dude.
Like, you
I
can't have
wish.
everything, man.
I'll be doing some stuff pre and post. And then I got stuff Saturday, Sunday, Sports Center hits and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll be around. I'll be around.
That's
Well, Eric, thank you
that's
very
so
much,
cool.
man.
Appreciate y'all for
No,
having
don't go
me.
yet. What? You can't let him go yet. You
Wait,
got to
are you
hold on a
leaving?
second.
Oh,
He can stay if he wants to. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, he may have to go.
I don't know if him and Roddy get along or if this is all for show.
I hate this guy. I can't.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's why we
Hold
did
on.
this.
Can we talk about the fact that ERIC MACLAIN deadlift 600 pounds the other day? And like,
That's what
we're
we
just talking
saw.
to him
Yeah.
like he's a normal human being.
Right?
Honestly,
Right
you know,
downstairs. We could go do it again if we want.
the big to me, everybody was impressed by the 600 pounds. Like, whatever, like you're a beast. Okay, cool. The fact that you have 600 pounds of weight in your house,
In the house.
that's the diabolical thing.
Let me tell you this. I've got 200 more pounds on the shelf waiting to be touched.
On a
Like,
shelf?
they're just sitting there looking at me. They're like, "Are you ever going to use us? We don't know."
Some kind
That's
of
the
shelf.
goal. The goal is to
Is that
bring
in
them
a
out.
is that in a
Hold
basement?
on.
It's actually so right now I'm in a frog. I'm in a room over a garage, and
Okay,
underneath me
that's cool.
is the dungeon. That's
Okay.
that's the gym
All right.
underneath.
Okay.
So you guys know, at the end of the show, our producer always like writes show titles, and we usually try to pick one of the funniest ones. I just want to go ahead and put into the universe. I have 200 pounds waiting to be touched.
There's a good one.
All right,
There's a good one.
I'm just generous.
that's
mark
it.
that down.
That's on the list. That's on the
Noted.
list for sure. Noted.
Ah, there it is. There's the voice of God. Thanks, generous.
there he is. Hey, Roddy, did you pick Indiana today?
I have not made a pick yet, but whenever I do, yes, I'm going to pick Indiana. I am going to pick Indiana.
Eric, you too.
Wow.
Eric,
It's the Georgia Tech thing,
Oh
isn't
yeah,
it?
Eric. Eric's picking to you. All right.
Listen.
Well,
The point is
hold on a
the
second.
total or is the spread 8.5 right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dude,
8.5.
I'm calling my banker and I'm taking every cent out I have and I'm hammering it. I might be calling Roddy for a house after. I don't know. But
Instead of me. You'd be
that's
fine, bro.
crazy.
Stay with
Crazy
me.
to me. I get
Yeah,
it.
the
I get it.
line's big, and a lot of it, I think, is a little bit of an overreaction to Indiana and Miami in their last games. But if Miami plays like it did against Ole Miss, like it's not
They're
going
not
to.
going to do
Oh,
that.
no. Listen,
I don't think
that's
they're
the
gonna do
It's
that.
universe.
over quick. They're
Toast,
not going to do
Toast,
that.
That's
though.
the universe. You play like that, you lose by 30.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think they'll play much better.
But
you
you pick-
guys, I
Man,
think
you
caught
told
wind
me-
of it.
you
You might
told
have
me a
caught
month
bad
ago.
wind of it.
Hold on a second.
Hold on. They're having a
This
personal
man
thing here.
told
Hold
me
on.
a month ago or 5 weeks ago that he actually had Miami winning the whole thing.
He did.
then-
We did it on a show together.
And
We
then, I
picked
know,
it
but
together.
then he said,
changed
no, I got him losing to Georgia. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Dude, I changed it.
He changed
So-
it, and now he's going Hoosiers.
Roddy
Ooh.
Jones, known Georgia fan.
Brutal.
Dude, I know it pained me. I had Miami going to the semis in every bracket that I filled out. I thought that they'd play Georgia. I thought Georgia was playing better than obviously they did. And I had them losing to Georgia. I did initially, Scoop, have Miami in the national championship game, and I think I had them winning the national championship. And then I was like, bro, what are you doing? What you're picking the 10 seed to win the national championship? I should have stuck with my guns because I really did feel like
Should have done it.
I think a lot of people feel like I don't know about with EMAC, but feel like with me, this he was just riding the Miami wave, like he was an ACC guy. I thought the offensive and defensive lines for Miami matched up really well with A&M because I'd seen A&M twice, and like that defense was really good on third downs at home, but on the road, like I saw them gave up like 250 yards rushing to Arkansas in person. I was like, okay, I've seen enough. I think Miami can win there, and then Marcel Reed. And I thought the Ohio State one was going to be tough, but I did think Miami's defensive line could whip Ohio State's offensive line's tail. It was the Georgia thing that bothered me, and the fact that they were playing much better. But yeah, I was there, and then I backed off. The Indiana, we can talk about the Indiana of it all. I don't know which one feels more like sort of the team of destiny. There's
my
not
God,
many
help me.
places you can point for Miami to have an advantage statistically, certainly. Now, I think player-wise you can, but there's been other teams that have had similar advantages, not the same, but similar advantages over Indiana. The Mendoza of it all, like the dude's got more touchdowns.
You're buying into the movie.
Listen to him.
You are. You're
he's-
buying. You want to get cast in it.
I mean, hey,
You're
look,
like one of the play-by-play
I
guys.
don't have
in
an
the movie.
IMDb page yet, so if I could be,
He's
you know,
being so
Cinderella's Taylor.
thoughtful
He's
about
tailoring
this.
their dress. You can hear
Com-
him. He's like, "What size are you? I'll fit
look,
you into this."
there's a reason. There's a reason Prince Charming looked and scoured the kingdom for Cinderella.
Hey.
Cinderella was bad, you know.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Eric, before we let you get out of here, Jenner's reminded me that we have to get your official pick for the game.
Score
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
24-17.
Yeah,
okay.
you already said
Go Canes, motherfucker.
There we go, baby.
Yeah,
Say it.
Yeah.
Say it.
I love y'all.
Oh,
Hey, thanks for having me on. This was
Bro,
great.
anytime you
And
have
just
time.
so you know-
honestly, we thought you were too big for us, so we didn't reach out.
Yeah.
Let me tell you two things.
No,
about
he's
that.
too big
One,
because he's still got 200 pounds
physically
and he's
large,
touched.
yes,
True,
too big.
true.
Stardom, no. And second thing, anytime someone says, "Oh, come over anytime," that's bullshit. They don't mean it. So invite me, and I'll come. Okay. So
Very good.
We're the
We will.
reverse of a Madden curse. I'm just letting you know. You know, the
We
Madden
are.
curse is a bad thing.
We are.
We have the LBB. We had this little guy back in the day, a couple years ago, 4 or 5. Dan Orlovsky. He came on. He was a regular too. Now look at
Yeah.
look.
We won't even return our
Wow.
texts.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, Roddy's
yeah.
Roddy's
we had
on calling every
Roddy
game
on
now.
in the very
Yeah.
beginning. I think he started a podcast and it lasted like 3 weeks because he was like
Lasted a whole
shot to the moon.
year.
Exactly.
Right?
Last of the year.
How about that?
That was calling every game on Saturday.
COVID
Yeah.
And then
year.
we had Josh Pate on with us 2 years ago before he had 7 followers, and now he's on
Now look
date
at-
night. He won't
Reverse-
respond.
Commissioner of college football.
Tell you people, it's like one of those little hidden things, man.
Yeah.
Reverse.
Well, maybe it'll be a good thing. I hope I never talk to y'all again. That'll be the good. Y'all be good.
We're gonna take
Later,
credit for
man.
it.
Be
Peace.
well, Eric.
Appreciate
Later,
it.
bro.
Oh, Roddy picking in.
Roddy.
Oh, our favorite.
Jesus, Roddy.
I know, guys.
I
I
may-
know. I want to be honest. I could have come in here and said I was going to pick Miami
You
just to
should've.
appease the crowd and
You
then
should've.
gone and done
You
my
should've.
thing
But
elsewhere.
this makes for a better show.
It does.
And also a reason for me to tackle you on Monday.
Very fair.
All right, so let me, Roddy, where do you think Indiana has the better advantage? Their defense to our offense, or vice versa? Is there you're got more concerns against Miami's offense against their defense, or our defense versus their offense? Which one?
I think they're equal, but for different reasons. Like, I actually think Miami's defensive line can control most of the game. I think the strategy for Miami, or not strategy, but the blueprint is like what the Giants did in 07 against the Patriots. Like, the defensive line dominates so much that you get a David Tyree catching you in the game. I do not. The thing about that game is all the talent was on the Patriots side. All the talent's on Miami's side in this one. It's just the execution and the level of confidence and the level of play consistently over the course of the season, even at the highest level. Fernando Mendoza is on Indiana's side. So I think the defensive line control. I'm very concerned about Miami's secondary, especially early on when Xavier Lucas is out. OJ Frederick and Damari Brown are healthy and can play well, then my questions subside a little. But Oregon's got good corners. Like, Brandon Finney's going to be a star in this league, and he got mossed 3 times in that game. And a lot of that's because of ball placement. A lot of that's because of Elijah Surratt and Cooper and Charlie Becker are so good at the catch point that with where Fernando Mendoza puts the ball, it's really tough. Also, Ro, you go ahead and go. I can go on for
No, because it's just the way we do our pecking order here. So, but because I think one of the keys for me, Roddy, and I think you're in tune to it, I felt like every time a ball goes, because when you watch Mendoza and it feels like he's in a pinch, he's going to find outside, right? If you're confused in the middle of the field where all the eye candy is, a lot of times you can find that advantageous one-on-one on the outside. And he's so good at finding it, and they hit like every quintessential 50-50 ball. So I'm with you. Every time I see a ball go to the outside in a one-on-one variety, to me, that's the Super Bowl within the national championship.
Yeah.
And every time Miami can maybe win one of those, deflect one of those, I feel like we won a Super Bowl because they've been so ruthlessly efficient. You're right on throwing the ball on the outside. So I almost feel like, yeah, they're going to try to test those guys on the outside. We got to hold up at the point of attack. But at the same point, I'm like, dude, I've seen Destiny too. How many of these balls are you going to keep completing? It's like you
100%.
don't miss a single one. So
yeah, the tough part about it is they've done it not at this efficiency all year. Like, Fernando Mendoza for the season does not have more touchdowns and incompletions. The run he's been on has been pretty unbelievable. But during this run, it is third and eights to Surratt. And that one, Surratt's actually in the slot and goes on a slot fade, and they back shoulder him and he catches it. Charlie Becker operates in the slot a lot, so he'll go up and get it. But it's those outside receivers that they move down and then go. I mean, the Omar Cooper catch in the Penn State game, like it's plays like that have just gone their way. Can they continue? I am of the opinion that eventually you regress to the mean, but like they haven't done it yet. And so and they've consistently found ways to win. I will say, however, Miami obviously is going to get pressure on them. I think the Indiana offensive line superpower is sorting out trash, movement, slants, stunts, cross blitzes, stuff like that. Like they see it all, they pass it off well. They're on the same level with their double teams, and that helps them move people off the ball. I think Miami can neutralize some of that with talent, number one, but they don't do a lot of that stuff. Like 75% of the time on first down, if the ball's on the left hash, Ruben Bain's going to be to the field. The shade's going to be to the field. The three technique's going to be to the boundary of Mesidor. And you might get a pressure from Jacoby Thomas from the boundary, Keontae Scott from the field. That's really all you're going to see on first downs, because they're just going to line up and let those guys go hunt. Dig your heels on the ground and go play. They'll mix in some change-ups every now and again, but that's who Corey Heatherman wants to be. And once he finds a perimeter blitz that he likes, he's going to bring that thing like 6 or 7 times in the game, and usually on first downs. Now, obviously, third downs, things get a little more exotic. They bring in Blunt, they bring in Lightfoot, they reduce those guys down, put Bain and Mesidor on the same side. Like that kind of stuff will help, but there's not a lot. Like with Bain and Mesidor, look, man, there ain't a lot of tricks. It ain't a lot of deception. It is, if Bain is a 3 technique, Bain's rushing as a 3 technique. They ain't looping Ruben Bain around, because Ruben Bain doesn't need to loop. Like Ruben Bain can go. I mean, I think you guys probably saw the clip of Ruben Bain getting triple teamed up the middle and still getting pressure against Ole Miss. Like center, or it beats the center immediately, gets hit by the guard, gets hit by the running back, and then still gets pressure, and Trinidad Chambliss gets the balls out. That's why you don't play games with that dude. You line him up and you let him go. And so I do think in those scenarios that he's going to win some. And so Indiana's going to have to figure out a way to mitigate that.
So they have the number 2 defensive rushing team in the country, right? I think that's the case. So obviously Miami needs to control the clock, right? Now I think this is kind of like Miami, Ohio State, right? They're gonna, everything is kind of, this is a heavyweight bout, right? There's a lot of ground and pound, and then they'll throw in some stuff on the perimeter and things like that. So as far as Miami's ability to run the football against the number 2 rush defense in the country, I mean, that defensive line, maybe they're quick, maybe they're aggressive, they do run a lot of stunts, but man, they're a hell of a lot smaller than the Canes offensive front, right? So like, I mean, I think we can run for $150 again. I think that's certainly a viable option. You run for $150, I think you win the game. But I don't know. Thoughts? Like, do you think that I'm totally nuts by thinking that?
No, they're going to have to move because they can't stay stationary and give you a stationary target to hit. Because if they're able to do that, and Miami can get to their double teams, that's when their offensive line's the best. When they can combo block, double team up to a linebacker, particularly with Inez Cooper and Francis Mauigoa, who is excellent at that double team and then getting up to the next level. So they're gonna have to move, and they're gonna have to play some games. They will be in position. Their linebackers are light. Like that's sort of the thing that I think teams have tried to take advantage of. If you look at the awards, the best offensive line that they faced all year long is Iowa's. They won the Joe Moore Award. Now, is Iowa's offense as good as Miami's? No. Is Iowa's run game as good as Miami's? No. But that's an offensive line that was very highly regarded, and they held Iowa to less than 100 yards rushing. So they do something. They create negative plays is one. They are really, really physical for their size. So they are mature. They're going to feel different than a guy that's 250, because that 250 is like 250 dad strength. It's not 250, coming in freshman year of college. So they will have success. I think just to look at the weight numbers and say, oh, well, we're going to run all over them, I think is not giving them enough credit, because they played big offensive lines, maybe not with the size and overall skill of Miami's. Like Iowa doesn't have a Francis Maui Noah on that offense, but they also probably don't have a James Brockermeyer on that offense, who I like, but he's built like that defensive line and not like a Miami offensive line. He's the exception to the rule. He held his own against Ohio State because Ohio State played a lot of bear coming into that game. They didn't do it as much as I thought. I thought they were going to line up, the nose tackle over him consistently and just say, hey, look, you're going to be one-on-one by yourself. I saw a game where a team did that. Stanford did that, and Brockermeyer struggled. So I do think that Indiana might do some of that. They've got that in their bag, going to some bear fronts and putting them in one-on-one positions. But I agree, like size-wise, they're going to have to move a lot like Ole Miss was going to have to move. But then you bring in the Mark Fletcher part of it too, because Mark Fletcher has been running like a man possessed. Sonny Styles had not missed a tackle this season until Mark Fletcher ran through him. And that dude is 6'5", 240 pounds and built like a Greek god. And so, like, do I like his chances against Aiden Fisher? I stood next to Aiden Fisher and I looked at him and like, okay, like I would like my chances against Aiden Fisher if I was on him. And when I played, I was like 5'8", 205. I'd have been like, yeah, that's a linebacker that I want. Now, he might have hit me in the mouth and me been like, okay, I underestimated him, but size-wise, he's not imposing. He's certainly not as imposing as a Sonny Styles or even like a TJ Daugherty for Ole Miss. I think he's a decent player. He's a little light, but I think he's a decent player.
You mentioned the bear front, and obviously we saw a lot of that, and I felt like we saw a lot of it starting when we played Louisville. And I felt Louisville did a really good job coming into the bear front, but also playing the RPO tendency. We know, like, if we could take away your A gap on your RPO look, right, you're going to throw X, Y, Z. The final pick was that. They threatened to come into the A gap. They threatened with like a bear look, and then basically got Miami to pull a lever. They pulled the wrong lever. Here's the thing. You want to do that, and we talked about this with EMAC. Credit the ACC, because I feel like Miami's seen this, though, Roddy. Miami's seen bear fronts. Miami sees stunts. Miami see like this, like the way they operate, they get upfield. This was like, and we're obviously we know the guy. Manny Diaz does that too. Very high at the end of the year with tackles for loss, right? That's his calling card. I'm going to try to do this and then get you behind the chains, behind the sticks, and then we're going to go play advance. So I'm like, Miami faces that too. Undersized guys trying to penetrate, loop, try to like get aggressive, get out of gaps, whatever. Bear fronts. I just feel like Miami, no matter what in this game, they're going to get comfortable quick, because I don't see schematically like they just we were making a joke earlier, like he's Professor X. He's going to have all the moves. But I'm like, yeah, the ACC kind of preps us too, though, Roddy. No?
Yeah. There is a variety of defenses that you see in the ACC that does help with that. Louisville's different from a Stanford, who is different from an SMU, who is different from an NC State. Like all these are different. The difference between Indiana and those teams is the efficiency with which they do things. They are so efficient, both in their movements, in their placement, in their positioning. They make every yard tough. They fight for every yard. Now, like D'Angelo Pons is not a big guy. D'Angelo Pons isn't big at all, but he is a freaking bulldog out there. Like, I mean, he's probably 5'9", 175, 180 pounds. I don't know what he's listed at, but that's what he looks like. But somehow he has figured out a way to get every inch out of that. And that's the Indiana thing, man. Like,
bro, they're naming a retention pond after him.
Are they really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. They should. Every pond every retention pond in Indiana should be named D'Angelo.
I think there's a lot of them.
What pond is this? Oh, it's D'Angelo pond. This is my favorite one. But look, man, I think the one place on Indiana's team where you look and you're like, wow, that guy's impressive is Mendoza. The rest of them, Surratt's impressive, Becker's impressive, Aiden Fisher's tackle numbers are impressive, but like physically getting off the bus, I was on the field with those guys post game after the Oregon game, and it was a lot of looking around like, oh, that's Mikhail Kamara. Wow. Oh, that's Daniel Ndukwe. Oh, wow. Oh, that's Roman Hemby. Wow. Oh, that's Kalen Black. Wow. Like I'm a running back, and when I'm like, man, I'm bigger than this dude who's a running back. It's not a big back, and yet, they are able to be much greater than the sum of their parts because of the way that they play and the confidence that they're playing with, honestly.
So that's the thing.
What do you? So you're picking Indiana. What do you have? What do you think the score is going to be?
Oh, that's a good question, man. I think it's going to be close. I would probably go 27-24, something like that. And it's just because I've seen Indiana make the necessary plays every single time. And I've not seen that from Miami. That's unfair to Miami because 2 games in the middle of the year. But the penalty stuff scares me. And how this game is officiated scares me. It does.
Do you know what conference is officiating this?
I don't. It's a good question. I don't. I don't want to make an assumption. But it's either Big 12 or SEC. Like, there's only 2.
I love the SEC crew from the Ohio State game.
Oh my God, they were great.
They just put
They
their
just let
flag.
them play, man.
They let them play the whole game.
And if that is the case, then I like Miami a lot more because the fade balls, Miami will be physical down the field. Miami will challenge them, and they throw more of those types of passes than Miami does. Miami doesn't do back shoulder fades that much. Miami doesn't throw the ball down the field. Carson Beck doesn't throw the ball down the field and let his receivers go as much as I think he's. And look, there's one guy that you would do it with. It's really CJ Malachi a little bit if you get the right matchup because he's just so like gifted at making sure the ball is his. But if the game is officiated tightly on the perimeters, then yeah, I think that heavily favors Indiana because they're not going to likely if the season holds, they're not going to get penalized a lot. They're not going to turn the ball over. Although here's another thing, guys. Indiana's lost 1 fumble all year. One fumble. Like regression to the mean has to happen at some point, right?
I mean, they don't do anything. They haven't done anything wrong.
They haven't done anything wrong.
I mean, you look at like the Iowa game, the Penn State game, even the Ohio State game. Like those are coin flip games, honestly, down the stretch. So this team has not been invincible. If Julian Sands' knee doesn't scrape the ground on a quarterback sneak on 4th down in the Big Ten championship game, Ohio State probably wins that game because that was a 4th down that was inside the 20.
Yeah, and they missed the kick.
They missed the kick from 20 for God's sake.
Yeah, and they missed it. Yeah, exactly. So this team has been in situations where they could have gotten beat. They've made the plays, but at some point your luck could run out. I just from what I've seen,
kind of where I'm
this
at.
team's playing at another level.
Yeah, that's where I'm putting. I'm putting all my chips in that basket.
And it's just one of those things, Roddy, where it's like I feel University of Miami, in order for them to fumble the bag, fumble the ball, fumble their shot, it comes with physicality. It comes with that precipice of they're the nail. We're going to be the hammer. We're going to have to get some hits on the quarterback. That Ohio State game, we were licking dudes. Yeah. Like we didn't do that against Ole Miss. Now, Mario's not an excuse guy. We're by default not excuse people. They had like 25 people on the bus that had the flu.
Which I didn't know. Mark Fletcher showed up on the set list after. He's like, "Stay away from me. I have the flu." I'm like, "Bro,
you
what?
was sick for a
you just went from like 150 and you got a flu?"
Yeah. So if we look anything remotely, if we come in like a flu, we're not going to pull a Jordan flu game against Indiana. We know that. But I feel like if we could bring the same physicality to Ohio State, if we could do it Iowa and just be a little bit better than the offense that Iowa comes up, we can kind of try to drag them into the deep end of the pool, and that's where we can take our shots, right? And I just feel like Roddy, I'm confident. I'm telling you, I'm confident. I have this eerie confidence because it's this like emphatically.
It's false. Like no,
I'm not going to tell you not to be confident.
Perfect. You're so perfect. You don't drop a fumble. You don't do this. You don't do this. You don't have a penalty. That if I can punch you enough times and get you just a false step one time, that's just going to be like, oh my goodness, we've never seen that before. Miami, false start 6 times in one drive. We're like, whatever, we'll come back on the next one. We won't panic. I just want to see them in a situation where we have to make them not perfect. I'm not saying we need 3 fumbles. I don't need a pick 6 on the first play. I don't need this. Just some things.
Have them trailing late in the 3rd quarter.
Even just one of those fade balls, we just bat away. One of those things that you normally get, we take away. Like if we do that enough, we chip it away. And I just think we just put them in an advent because Miami is the team you want late, Roddy. We've been in tight games. They have not.
So
recently.
So I look at that like if Miami comes out like they did against Ohio State, I thought Ohio State was taken aback by Miami's physicality. Mm-hmm. Like Ohio State showed up and they are usually the bully on the block just by rolling out the helmet. They are more talented than everybody in that league. And Indiana took it to them and they were like, okay, this is going to be a fight. But Miami took it to him in a way where Julian Sain was like, "Excuse me, like this is it's not what I signed up for, sir." And if you look at common opponent, like Miami played Ohio State better than Indiana did. Now, the game is probably a pretty similar game if you take out the pick six, but I thought Miami played Ohio State better than Indiana did. So look, man, I cannot douse your confidence. I think Carson Beck will have to make a number of plays probably with his legs. I know Fernando Mendoza will make plays with his legs. The thing with Fernando Mendoza against Ohio State, you guys remember the Big Ten championship game if you watched it, it's like second or third play of the game, maybe the first play of the game. He gets absolutely blasted. His soul was taken. It was
his brother came in.
His brother had to come in. Like, brother saved me. Comes back and plays great. That's the only big hit that I remember him taking in that game. Miami doesn't have to make it look like that, but they've got to hit him consistently when he runs. And it's hard. He's a crafty runner, but he's not a slider. If you look at that Oregon game, he does not slide. So if you can get some licks on him when he runs, certainly in the pocket, some of those fade balls that you're talking about, if you can win quickly and have that fade ball come right as you're getting hit in the chest, that's where you get some of those turnovers. That ball hangs up in the air, safety comes over, picks it off. That's where some of those turnovers can come from. Now, the question is Miami going to catch him?
Well, that's a whole other thing.
Completely.
Oh my goodness! I was so enthralled and sucked into that conversation.
Man,
and I just
that's uncalled for.
Cold water.
If Mario sends Michael Irvin with a belt over to the Indiana sideline in the third quarter, do they have an alumni that can stop him?
Jeez, no. Can you name an Indiana football alum?
No,
not a single one.
No.
Mark Cuban, he'll be in the suite though. Like he ain't stopping Michael Irvin. I don't think. Here's the thing, man. Like you got to have somebody that got that dog in him to stop Michael Irvin. I don't know as many people that got that dog in him. The question to me, and maybe you guys can answer this. So for the semifinal game, it's all the names. It's Reggie Wayne. It's Andre Johnson. It's Calais Campbell. It's Edgerrin James. It's Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis is down the way. I was just talking about the guys right in front of me, and then Ray Lewis is down the way. Michael Phelps somehow gets on the sideline because he's got a bajillion gold medals, and that automatically gets you wherever you want to go. Where is the cutoff with those guys? Like, do all those guys make it this week? Do some of those guys have to? Does someone have to
as
go
many
to
as are allowed?
Campbell? Someone have to go to Calais Campbell and be like, "I'm sorry, sir, you are not yet a gold jacket, so we're going to have to take your entry." I'm sorry. And can you imagine going to Calais Campbell and telling him that? I'd be terrified to tell Calais Campbell no to a cookie, much less a sideline pass.
Well, no, because the CFP is running this. I wonder how many.
So
somebody's got to tell. Somebody's going to say no.
I don't know how many they're going to have because it is different from what I've heard. There's not a whole.
I mean, some of them, like Olsen, will get one through Fox. Like some of them can get some through their media affiliations. I'm thinking.
Yeah, he was on the side of the semis.
Yeah, so because he was down there as well. It's a who's who though, Roddy, man. It's insane. When you're a player and you got Ray Lewis coming up to you like, bro, this is your drive. You better get it done.
It's so cool. Can you imagine? These guys don't even know how good Ray Lewis was or Edgerrin James
they don't
or
actually.
Willis McGahee. Like, come on, man. Those were the guys that I loved growing up. And I loved Miami growing up, man. That was my squad. That 01-02 squad, even in the early 90s when I was a young type just growing into it. The Ray Lewises and that crew, like those were awesome crews. Although I have to admit I liked everybody that was good at that time, but Miami certainly was. I love
bandwagon. At one point, we had a spinoff podcast called the Bandwagoners. Don't worry about it. We got you. Anyway, Miami, a great representation for the ACC.
100%.
Okay, we haven't really lived up to our bargain. What they thought they were getting in the University of Miami, they're getting, and we feel some of the love from the ACC. However, right, I feel like this University of Miami team, who do they remind you of? Like, what if they turn around, win this national championship? I have something in my mind. Who do they remind you of? What league? What type of team?
Oh, you mean like what? Where would I guess that they came from? Like league wise?
Yes.
They remind me of a
League-wise.
Big Ten team. Like what you would guess is a great Big Ten team. like lines of scrimmage, just bloody and beat the ever living dog out of you in the lines of scrimmage, and go for it. And like I say Big Ten, but like those Alabama teams used to do that. Saban's Alabama teams of the early
Thank
teams.
you. If somebody asked me 10 years ago, Miami won that 6th national championship. They played an undefeated in Indiana. What do you remember about that? That team was like an old school Alabama team.
It's like a Saban team. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a Mark Ingram, Julio Jones, Greg McElroy.
Before the head
Saban
coach
team.
from LSU got there. Like
Blake
before that.
Coker, those crews. The guy that went to Green Bay. What was his name? Trent Richardson. And then the other guy. Can't remember his name. But like those types of teams. Yeah. That's honestly, yeah, I would say that's probably the biggest comparison. More so than a Big Ten team, because those Big Ten teams didn't win. It was Alabama. Like that's what it reminds me of.
Well, think about
Big Ten.
Saban told everybody, because he knew he was looking at what he believed were his teams. He's looking at them going, yeah, that's exactly like my team from 2006. So he told everybody they're the most talented team in the playoffs. Don't do it. Like Josh Prey.
Yep.
Josh Prey tell everyone.
I think Saban saw that. I think Saban's probably been really frustrated with this team all year long, because he sees the talent, but he doesn't see the level of execution that he would have had. The thing is, though, Nick Saban left before this era was completely, fully formed, and maybe it's not even fully formed. But I think a lot of it was because this era was getting fully formed, and he didn't quite have his hands around it the way he used to in the old era. Now he's still making playoffs, still making semifinals. But it wasn't obviously.
Now everybody has car dealerships, Roddy.
Everyone's got Chargers now, Roddy.
Yes, they do.
We know,
and that's leveled the field in a lot of ways. And I want to give some credit to, because I know obviously everybody who listens to this is a Miami fan, and a lot of them in South Florida. I think that picture that's been circulating with Mark Richt and Malachi Tony,
right?
I think it's a really cool picture, and I think it kind of shows you, and this happens everywhere. But it shows you that these things, particularly when you do it through recruiting, as much as Miami has, they don't happen in a year or 2 years. As good as Mario has been recruiting-wise, like the relationships that the University of Miami has had with these players goes back at least to Mark Richt, maybe before. But like in talking to Coach Richt about what his approach was, and Coach Richt didn't have the level of success that Mario did, 10-0, and it fell apart. Like, I get all that. But his approach was doing things the right way for the right reasons. And if it pays dividends, great. And that camp at Richardson Park, he told me the park that was at. He's like, it was at Richardson Park in, I can't remember what the year he said was, but the reason that they were doing the Mark Richt football camps out in the community was because these kids grow up in circumstances that make it tough for them to afford to go to football camps on a regular basis. So he's like, we wanted to bless the kids. Like, maybe you get a recruit somewhere down the line. You hope that maybe it pays dividends with a coach or something, but that stuff's intangible. The tangible thing is what you can do for those kids in that moment. And so I just thought that was really cool. And I'm not saying Mark Richt is the reason Malachi Tony would have gone to Miami. He probably would have gone to Miami anyway. Let's be real. But I was a kid who once, as a child, met Mark Richt in a state where he was the head football coach. Growing up in Georgia, that dude he didn't walk on water, because he would have said, no, I don't walk on water. Only one guy does that. That's the kind of guy he is. But whatever's next to water, he walked on that in this town or in this state, in the state of Georgia. And the first time I met him is I'll never forget it. I never will, because it was like meeting someone larger than life. So I don't know if Malachi Tony felt that in that moment. I don't know if the rest of those kids felt that in that moment. I don't know how many Miami guys went to a Mark Richt camp once upon a time. But I think, through Coach Richt, through Manny Diaz, who recruited didn't he recruit Wesley Basaint? Like, wasn't he a Diaz guy who recruited guys that are playing on this team? This has been building for years, and I just want to give them their flowers. And plus, without Manny, it's probably a lot tougher for Miami to make the playoffs. So it all works together.
Listen,
we were very thankful.
Yeah.
I mean,
we felt like a head coach that
everybody-
speaks Spanish, so
it would make total sense that the Miami Hurricanes could win a national championship before they still can't even win an ACC championship.
Dude,
right.
But if there's going to be somebody, it's going to be us.
Bro, you know what the old adage is? This is what Saban used to say. It's harder to win the ACC than it is to win the national championship. That's just a fact.
And that you know what? You just
you go.
wrote the slogan for the ACC.
There you
next
go.
year. Even
Listen.
our third place team can win natties.
Roddy,
Imagine what our champion would have done in the playoff if you let him in, you cowards.
Duke by 50. Duke by 50.
all right, we're gonna get Roddy out of here. He's giving us our pick. He's gone with Indiana, which is just sad and depressing. But
I might have changed my pick by the end of it. I'm going to stick by my guns because I'm a man of my word. But I'm.
Well, I mean, you've been
want
wishy-washy since the bracket came out. Let's just be honest about it.
1,000%. You are 100%. Yes, absolutely. Dude, I am the biggest hedger in the world. Without actually changing my picks, I will give you all the reasons that my pick is probably wrong while not changing my pick, so that when my pick is wrong, I can say I told you so. And
Right.
if my pick is right, I can also say I told you so.
That's
Hey,
the
look,
best
it's
gamble
smart.
to be.
Boys.
It's smart.
fantastic.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. Unless you pick Indiana, then it's a bunch
Right.
of horse shit. But
Well, listen, man, you have fun out
Somebody's
out
got
at
to
the
give
stadium.
bulletin board to the bulletin board material to.
all
the
right,
Canes.
all right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna yeah. We'll make sure they see this.
Have fun out at the stadium. If you see some Kane fans, be nice to them, and we'll have you on at some point of the off season, and we'll talk a little Georgia Tech.
Oh golly, man.
An A5 volleyball, baby.
What?
Let's go.
It's not.
Yes,
I
to
mean,
that,
you want to
man.
talk about the Gators? Is it the Florida Yellow Jackets now, or
Dude, so good for Florida for taking, a large chunk of Georgia Tech. But I have concerns about that. Like, if you're rolling into SEC play with Aaron Philo, like, I think Aaron Philo is a really nice prospect, but he started all of like 2 games in his career, and you're rolling an SEC play with that. You're betting on something that's an unproven. The thing about Georgia Tech is, like, Georgia Tech still doesn't have a quarterback out of the portal. They just had to hire a new offensive coordinator, just had to hire a new defensive coordinator. Defensive coordinator's turning over for the second year in a row. So I trust Brent Key. I think he's doing a great job. That type of turnover makes me uneasy for everybody, especially my alma mater. So, like,
Listen, we don't have a quarterback either.
that's true.
We got
We're
3
playing for a
quarterbacks.
national
We got 4
freaking championship.
quarterbacks.
Here's the
What are
thing
you
that people don't
That's
understand.
what's pissed off, that we can't focus on getting a quarterback because we got a national championship game going on.
Dude, yeah, 100%. But I think if you're on the Michigan plan, which Miami's not on the Michigan plan of like going to win the Natty and then tank, like, they'll be good next year. I have no doubts about that. But like, if you're on the Michigan plan of, hey, we're going all in for 1 year and future be damned, and you win the thing, like, it's worth it, man. Like, we do this for one thing, and that's national championships. And that's the other thing about this. Like, for Mario, if he wins this thing, nobody can say anything to him ever again. Maybe not ever. Like, he's not beyond reproach, but it gives you a runway.
He kind of is.
Call me what you want,
because he came here and did it. He's like,
yes.
Nobody can ever say anything again.
It's the type of stuff that there're going to be murals on the side of buildings of him.
Oh,
in
God,
Miami
yes.
for forever.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
like,
yes.
so,
Listen, we wanted it to work. We've been so transient with our head coaches to a detriment at times too. I
100%.
mean, guys,
No, I know
we
you
wanted
guys
to say, and then I was like, dude, if he wants to be the Mario Bobby Bowden, Cuban Bobby Bowden, let it happen. You win this national championship. Like, they'll have cafecitos named after him.
Yeah.
And I love
And
it.
look, I'm not talking about, not questioning play calls, not questioning calls during a game, not questioning whatever. But for anybody who says Mario Cristobal is not a good head coach, like, you can go kick rocks.
Stop.
After that. Like, it's done. There's 3 guys living on the planet Earth that are still coaching in college football that have national championships in their name. There will be a 4th after this. Whoever that is, like, build a statue tomorrow. So
I'll be honest. The one thing you brought up Saban before. The one thing I've noticed over the last number of weeks is how fond Saban is of Mario. You can tell when he's talking about Mario. And I'll tell all Kane fans right now, we're lucky as hell we got him when we did, because if we waited another 2 years and the Alabama job opened up, that's who they were going to hire.
Yep.
That is who they were going to hire.
100%.
And then we would have been SOL because he's not going to leave there after a year.
Nah, we would have had Lane Kiffin and he would have left us.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
He would have gotten you. He would have gotten you into the playoff and then left for the Dolphins job.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Tootsie's has a pretty big allure.
Hey, he still go as the Dolphins head coach.
He still could. He could.
God.
He could.
Before I
you,
get out of
Roddy.
here, boys.
Yeah.
First off, thank you for having me. Second off, I got to give it a shout out. You guys mentioned Mario Cristobal, Miami coach, obviously in Miami, speaks Spanish. Got to give a shout out to my boy Quint Kesnick, who I don't know if you guys caught, but did an interview with Mario in Spanish pregame earlier this year.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Amigos.
How did that
Yeah.
go? Because Mario does say that his Spanish isn't as good as it should be.
Or Quint like Googled the Spanish phrase
Jesus.
before he went on. So
Okay.
Mario's was better than Quinn's.
Oh no.
All right.
That's
Cool.
like
Hey, I mean, at least man, look.
Dude,
This
this
is
on the way to the stadium. Q was listening to this thing over and over and
Stop
over
it.
so
Oh my
he can
God.
nail it because he is so excited.
Have
to do
you have you caught the it's awesome. Corazón de elefante. Like the Spanish calls for Miami games. Have you
but
seen those
bet they're
online?
phenomenal.
Oh,
they're
Roddy,
amazing.
hey, Scoopy, send it to Roddy. Like,
Yeah, we'll send him some.
They're incredible.
You haven't
really
experienced life. It's like when you buy that first TV and it went into HD. You're like, oh my goodness, that is listening to a game.
I'll give you the call, the Beck touchdown from last
All
year.
right, yeah, here's a back.
Here's the Beck game winner.
Listo Carson. ¿Qué va a hacer? Viene la presión. Sale corriendo Mike por la izquierda. Y Mike va solito contra la historia. ¡Touchdown Miami! ¡Touchdown los Huracanes! Con alma de niño y corazón de elefante. Carson Beck, desde el día número 1, era el hombre. Carson Beck.
Oh, I love that so much. I have no idea what he said, but I love it so much.
Yeah.
Touchdown los
Did he say
Hurricanes.
elefante in
Yeah.
that? Is that elephant? Did he say he has the balls of an elephant? Like
He said a heart of an elephant. That's kind
heart
of
of an elephant. Okay.
That's kind
Balls
of
would have been
yeah.
better.
Balls
Yeah.
of an elephant. Write that one down
Balls of an
too.
elephant. Oh well, we got another show.
Hey,
title
hold on a
possibility.
second. We didn't play this earlier. Didn't IP drop something?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh, I think Roddy's got to be here for IP.
All right, well, go ahead.
And then we'll get it. Yeah.
I'm Ivy Daly, and this is my stream of consciousness. De La Miami, where a sea of Hoosiers will be descending on South Florida to watch Indiana battle Miami for a non-basketball national championship. If you haven't been paying attention and wondering how the worst program in the history of the sport has suddenly become the best, the answer is simple. Roster philosophy. At IU, instead of redshirting players, they grayshirt them. Listen, I'm not saying they're an old team, but their locker room smells like Bengay and regret, and the Mark Cuban-led NIL pays in Roth IRA contributions. But enough about the players who are slightly younger than me. How about that schedule? It was another Big Ten special. In other words, it was softer than me when Mercedes isn't around. But the biggest thing I've noticed in the build-up, gentlemen, Hoosier fans are bigger cucks than Gator fans. I get it. They've been getting golden showered by Notre Dame and Purdue for the last 123 years. But my lord, what a bunch of assholes. Nothing says new money like fans Googling how to act when your team is good. Until next time, I'm IP Daly saying the song Back Home Again in Indiana is an anthem for suicide.
Wow. Wow.
What? It smells like Bengay and regret.
I wrote it down. Yeah.
There's a lot to unpack there. I'm not going to unpack any of it.
Oh, take care, Roddy.
We don't try.
You have a wonderful. Enjoy the game.
Oh, I'm crying.
Appreciate you, boys.
I'm crying.
Hey, I would love to see y'all while I'm down there. I'll hit you up.
Absolutely. Oh,
Right.
Be there.
See ya.
Done.
we have to talk about our friends.
Holy shit.
An hour and 30 minutes into the show.
You know,
Listen, we blew.
Hey, it was gonna be a long show. I told you that.
Yeah, we blew the roof off of this episode, but don't you worry, because I know the company who could put it right back on, and that's Paul Bainge Roofing. There's a number. You know the number. I know the number. It's 981 Roof 561-954-305. It does not matter. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that you have the Paul Bainge protection. They are a national championship winning institution. And what is his name? Scoopy? Scoopy's mic
name's
is
Paul.
muted. All right, there you go. There you
Now
go. What do you do? What do you
give
do with
Paul
Paul?
a call, man? You got to give Paul a call.
Paul Bainge Roofing. Bainge and Q.
if you guys are looking for an automobile, we got a new sponsor here. Good folks at Rapid Auto Lease. 20 years in the business is actually where our boy Scoop got his latest ride.
It's true. It's true. And let me tell you something. I am looking up. So the number changed. So let me drop this bright and early here. 954-931-6912. 954-931-6912. My latest car was dropped off in my driveway after about, I spent maybe 12 minutes the entire time of doing the application, which took me like 3 minutes. making sure that they got some other documentation they need. And then all of a sudden it was like, yeah, here, sign here, sign here. Oh, yeah. And then they sent the lease agreement over. I just signed it right there. And then it showed up in the driveway. It was the easiest, most efficient, timeless. Like it was a brilliant decision by me. I mean, I have to say that it was my decision and I did it. And it was one of the smartest things I've ever done, because if you don't have time to do it, if you don't have time to go hassle, they hassle for you. They have their connections. They work with the salesmen, saleswomen, salespeople, and they get you the best deal and they drop it off at your house.
RapidAutoLease.com. Check it out. And when you talk to the folks, make sure you let them know that you heard about it on the Orange Bowl Boys.
Please do.
MyHCS.com, Miami Hurricane Team store. At this stage, you probably want to go down there if you're looking for some gear in time for Monday night's game. Not sure you get it shipped to you in time. Maybe if you're local and you order tomorrow, I don't know. But regardless, you use OBB25, or I'm sorry, 26 or 25 scoop. What is it? You get 20% off. Just tell them you want the OBB discount. They're going to give you 20% off. Go on down there. They've got all of the national title game garb. They've got stuff from the previous round. So you want Cotton Bowl stuff, all that good stuff, Fiesta Bowl stuff. It is all at MiamiHTS.com. Additionally, we got our friends at Underdog. Are you ready to get off the bench and into the game? Then head over to Underdog and get in on all the action. With the college football finals are happening, NFL playoffs in full swing. This is where you need to be making your picks. Playing Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. Get your picks right. You could win up to 5,000 times your cash. Gentlemen, I texted you earlier today asking you to let me know what bets what wagers we should be placing, and none of you replied to me.
I responded to you.
Scooby did with Mark Fletcher over.
Mark Fletcher over.
Mark Fletcher. We're going Mark Fletcher higher on his rushing yards. And what was the second play?
I didn't give you that one. I just gave you one. How many do you want from me?
How do we feel about that Mendoza above like the 262 passing yards?
It's not 260.
Wasn't it something like that?
No, 230. It's like 220.
220?
Under.
All right.
If we're going to win, he's going to be under.
That's right.
We're going to go higher on Fletcher's rushing yards, and we're going to go lower on Mendoza's passing yards. It's the last game of the year. We're going to throw $100 on this.
Okay.
All right. Why the hell not? Download the app today. Use promo code ORANGE to score $75 in bonus entries. When you play your first $5, that is promo code ORANGE, and that is with our good friends at underdog.com. All right.
Oh, beating the bookie.
Yes.
You know what's starting tomorrow? Today. You know what's starting today? The Sony
Korean
Open.
baseball.
You know what that means?
There's a max play.
Golf is back.
There's a max play.
Oh, there's a max play. I haven't seen it yet. Golf is back.
Also, tennis, Aussie Open is back.
Let's go. First round leaders are going to hit some of those this year. He does it every year. First round leaders, those are big winners too. So yes, golf is back. The season is upon us. Novak not playing this week because he doesn't want to go to Hawaii and then have to be out in the West Coast for the next 6 weeks. So he's hanging out with Laney. BeingTheBookie.com. That's where you get all your packages. Yeah, you got one more game, national championship. I don't know if he's going to play that at all, but he may. NFL playoffs. They had a good weekend last week. He's got soccer. You've got March.
Dude, he had a huge parlay like a week ago, like a $17,000 parlay on $250 or something.
Wowza.
Yeah.
Wowza. Ro?
And you look on top of the boys' head, in particular Toe's head, hashtag OBB, FlexFit hat, about the fans. You about that life? Then you're about the fans. Got the Orange Bowl Boys collection. Love partnering up with AB. Awesome. Keep your eyes on the prize.
Yeah. We may have something drop on Monday.
Yeah.
Just
for
saying.
all the fans. For all the fans. Okay.
All right. So, boys, this has been quite a monumental episode. Keys to the game?
Oh, my God.
Jenner's just like, yeah, anytime. Sure, half an hour ago would have been ideal.
No. It's cool. I knew we were going to go around. I still have something else for you guys, too. So,
all right. That's amazing.
Okay.
All right. So, keys to the game. This is phenomenal. This is going to be the last keys of last season, even though it's 2026, won't be the last keys for 2026, just the way the season plays out. Number one, win your Super Bowls outside. I mentioned this on the ACC Network that we hosted earlier today. Anytime there's a play, you know what Mendoza likes to do. In a pinch, wants to hit that one-on-one outside. Try to limit the 50-50 balls. Every time you win that, that's like winning a Super Bowl. That's key number one. Number two, they're quick. They like to stunt. They like to shift. Okay, cool. Handle your business. You're one of the best teams. I've watched you all year. You've come a long way since those days with like Enos and like that playbook in the rain. You guys handle stunts well. You know it. You've seen a lot of them. Just lock in, boys. All right. Don't let them get. Got to keep Beck's pants clean. All right. And number three, University of Miami. You are at home with a chance to win a national championship versus a team who legitimately thinks they cannot be beat. Look at what we did to Alabama. Look at what we did to Oregon. So they're going to go ahead and give you their best shot. And you know what? Punch them back. It's one more yard. It's one more play. It's one more strain. It's one more effort. You do that, you'll be on the right side of history. We'll be hosting 6. We'll celebrate you from within those walls. You got this, Miami. And those are my keys to the game.
Listen, man, this thing brings back, from a storyline standpoint, Tom Osborne in Nebraska. It wasn't even supposed to be a game. Wasn't even supposed to be a game. And oh my God, shit happened. Sorry, Bo Jackson, but yeah, we leapt your ass and we got title number 1. This team is crazy cocky. It is insane. The fan base is nuts. There's no way the players aren't buying into this a little bit, I believe. I believe they're going to get snuck up on a little bit here. My first key is Miami, punch him in the nose. My second key is then kick him in the nuts. My third key is then win number 6.
Bang.
Wow. It's tough to follow those up. So I'll go. Key number 1. And it's the most important key. And I think that EMAC gave you his most important key, and I can't remember what it was. But my most important key, because if you don't do this, you will lose the game. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You will lose if you are sloppy. You cannot play a game like you played against Ole Miss. You will get boat raced by these dudes because they execute to the highest level that you've seen anyone execute all year. You've got to play the cleanest game of the season. Number 2. And I think this is pretty important too. Carson Beck, this is your game, man. This is your game. This is your game bigger than any other game's been your game, right? Because they do have the number 2 defense against the rush in the country. They are going to stuff you. They're going to stifle you. They're going to make it difficult, and you've got to make those plays. Those last 2 drives against Ole Miss were epic. You were a sniper out there. Like it just, everything clicked. You got the confidence. You had the confidence to run that in. Like this is on Carson Beck, man. I truly believe that he can win this game for us in a big, big way. Number 3, because I'm rambling on. It kind of goes to what you guys said, man. It's one of those things where I don't think Indiana understands the violence that this team brings. Offensive line, defensive line. Be fucking violent. You've got nothing to save it for. This is it. You're at home. This is all you've got. It's right in front of you. Every single play, utter violence. Make them feel you, man. I look, I think Mendoza's a one-read guy. I'll say it. He won the Heisman. He threw for 2,900 yards. It was
nothing spectacular.
He had a couple of good throws in key moments. Disrupt him, and I'm not going to say it. Disrupt him. Be violent.
Oh, listen,
and those
man,
are our 9 keys to the game.
Yeah.
Listen, this team is they're cocky, and I get why they are. But man, that is a dangerous place to live when you're going into a final. seen, I mean, UNLV was cocky as hell going into that final against Duke. How'd that work out for him? And I mean, there's been plenty of instances of teams that come in and I get why they're cocky and why they're believing in themselves, but just watch out. There's very talented players and coaches on the other sideline. Your old defensive coordinator, Signetti, knows very well that what Heatherman's up to. He knows exactly what he's up against. He's up against an absolute monster. So I'm confident, dude. I think we win this game. I really do. In my heart.
Same.
What are you guys picking?
What does Jenner got for us?
Well, we can do my thing first if you want.
Okay.
We talked a lot this season about the college football gods and how things had to break certain ways for things to happen. My question to you is, what are you willing to sacrifice as a Miami fan to said college football gods to get this done on Monday night? Something as a Canes fan either that you'll never do again, you'll never bring up again, you'll never mention it. Like, I'm willing to give it up. I'm willing to put it behind me forever and it never comes up again to get a national championship Monday night.
I'll give up this show. I'll give up this show.
Bravo, sir.
I will give up. I will give up ripping on Mario's game management.
Never again.
If he gets me a title to Monday night, never again.
Okay.
Yep.
What am I willing to give up in order to secure the University of Miami Hurricanes number six title, their sixth title? What am I willing to give up? Man, this is hitting home.
Oh, I got a good one too.
Go ahead. You can change it if you want.
I am giving up. I will never, ever see a proctologist again.
You never know what another coach down the road could be because you're going to visit a proctologist every Saturday, whether you want to or not. Oh, my goodness. I am willing to give up. I don't know. I don't know what I'm willing to give up. All right.
Which one of those three games behind you would you give up for a title on Monday?
Oh, my goodness. All right. I would okay, a video game series. I like where you're going. I will give up.
You'll never play it again. I
will never play it again. Oh my goodness, you're making me say Zelda, huh? You're making me say Zelda. All right. I won't play Zelda anymore.
And there's a movie coming out.
I'll watch the movie though. You don't play the movie.
Watch the movie. You can watch the movie.
You don't play the movie.
Yeah. That was so hard.
Oh. Jenners, what would you give up?
You don't care.
I'm a scoop. I'm giving up the show. Screw all of you guys. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
We're done. I'm not staying up on Wednesday nights anymore. Screw all of you guys. All right, let's get to it. Number 10 Miami versus number 1 Indiana for the national championship.
Wow. I can't. Yep. I just got chills.
Those words are hard to even comprehend.
It's a. Man, it's a beautiful thing. And two things. Number one, if we lose, I'll be disappointed, but damn, it's been a hell of a ride. Didn't think that, certainly after that SMU loss, didn't think we would ever be here. And it's created some great memories and certainly been a hell of a lot of fun, more fun than we've had in 20 plus years. So, and if we do win, I don't even know. I really don't. But I'm going Canes. You're a fucking idiot if you think that we're picking anything other than Miami. I'm going Canes, and I think it's going to be close as well. I like 24-21 Miami to win their 6th ring at home.
University of Miami, 27. Indiana, 20.
Miami Hurricanes. See, I'm leaning toward, this is 45-17. It's going to be a fucking second half party at a home stadium, dancing in the upper deck, having fun, people.
Listen.
Can you imagine?
I'm gonna piggyback off that energy. If you would have told me at the beginning of the year, all of us, right? All of us. Let's keep that. They got recency bias too. Now, if we got the most recent bias, we looked the best on our last 2 drives. They didn't necessarily look the best on their last 2 drives. So if you want to go recent. But if you would have told this panel of Miami Hurricane fans, all we had to do to win number 6, we got in there, and our opponent was going to be Ohio State. Nope. It was going to be Georgia. Nope. It was going to be Alabama. Nope. Oregon. No. Indiana. Bring it. Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy?
We'll find out. You'll either be Cinderella or bringing the hammer to those bitches. So let's go. We're going to break those shoes.
Fairy tales are bullshit, bro.
That smug face.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly what I want to say. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to jinx it. I know exactly. Like, every win is different. Like, well, Ole Miss, you didn't want to talk trash to Ole Miss. Like, they respect Indiana. You earned it. You earned every bit what's coming your way if you let us win in our home stadium.
Let's be honest. What would you rather? What movie do you want to see? Cinderella as the Indiana Hoosiers, or the most recent, the newest, the U 30 for 30?
The U Reloaded. The U part.
Hell yeah, baby. Let's go.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm. All right, boys. What are we going to name this thing?
Oh, my goodness.
Well, we have winner gets a parking pass. Showed
Thanks
up
to the person that retweeted that tweet from 3 years ago.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Really appreciate that.
Bro, Jesus
nice job.
Christ.
Showed up to the party with double D's. The chick in the cocoon. That's the word cocoon. 200 pounds waiting to be touched.
That's so good.
Cinderella was a baddie. Balls of an elephant. And Ben Gay and regret.
Okay. So Ben Gay and regret is definitely what I would put on there, but I think we should do 200 pounds waiting to be touched.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. All right.
There it is.
That's all she wrote.
So we will do we'll have a recap show for you at some point, I guess, on like Tuesday.
Yeah.
We'll see what's happening. So be ready for that. And
this is our last. You know what this means?
You can't. Yes. Yeah, I do know. Say it.
You know. What is it?
Yeah, I do.
Next week is 5 questions.
Next week, yes. Not the recap show, but yes, next week. Oh, dear God.
And nobody can take it away from me.
No. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I got no problem starting 5 questions closer to February. That's right. Ideal.
Bro, we're going to have spring ball in like 1 week.
I do believe the portal closes on the 16th, right?
Yes, it does.
But then it will be open for an additional few days for us in Indiana, I believe, after the game.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens in terms of departures. Still don't have a quarterback. We'll see what happens.
That's departures only, though.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I can't believe it, man. We're playing for a national championship. Next time you listen to this podcast, we will have played for a national championship.
We will have won a national championship.
Bet your fucking ass we will have 45-17, bitch. It's a fucking rout.
I mean, my God, we're going to be obnoxious.
Oh,
if that's the
insane.
Case.
Oh,
if that's the case. I mean, sorry.
Florida State, God love you, man. Just follow the program.
Just go into the portal and just join our.
Go back to being a woman's school. Do field hockey. Stick in that lane.
I think for me, the list, like the hit list, number one, obviously Indiana, because of just what they did, because it's fresh. But that's going to be short-lived. They're so short-lived.
Oh, Notre Dame, motherfuckers.
They're at the top of the
I'm
list.
going to fucking defecate on their face.
Yeah. And then the rival schools, those two are going to get it too. We didn't forget about you. And I think that's the order too, right? You're just Indiana real quick, Notre Dame, you're next, and then the rivals.
Yeah.
We're coming. Right. We're coming.
As always, go Canes!
Go!